Hello, my name is Jorik. Welcome to the Rob Rivers Horror Show, where everything horror gets a stab at. Will he survive or die? Let's find out what he's going to look at today, shall we?
And hello and welcome to the Rob Rivers Horror Show. I am your host, Rob Rivers, and of course it is a glorious day where I am. The sun is shining, the birds are singing and stuff like that, and my children are sleeping. So what else is new, right? Summertime. So, okay, today, 50. No, I'm not 50 years old, okay? All right. No, actually the shirt says 50 Shades of Me, which is kind of a takeoff of 50 Shades of Grey. And no, I have not read the books. No, I will not read the books. And no, I have nothing to do with the movie or stuff like that. It's all women's stuff. So, all right. So today, let's take a look at a film called All Cheerleaders Die. All right, a junior in high school is filming a small documentary on the head cheerleader. All right, the head cheerleader is an egomaniac, stuck up, every type of person you want to avoid being person. During a show-off moment, she falls, breaking her neck. She's dead. We flash forward to senior year. Maddie, the young filmmaker, decides she wants to join the cheerleading squad and make the new head cheerleader's life a living hell along with her boyfriend, which happens to be the captain of the football team. She becomes friends with the head cheerleader, convinces her that her boyfriend cheated on her over the summer. Now, those two start having a little girl-on-girl action. All right, the boyfriend sees it and becomes extremely jealous. During a rally the night before school starts, the head cheerleader confronts him, breaks up with him, and it ends with insults. She's just flying insults at him, talking about his little, what. Right, he gets all upset with her, because his ego's hurt and stuff like that. Turns around and slugs her, almost knocking her out. The other cheerleaders are upset and want to get the police involved because this is now assault. And, of course, Maddie is sitting there saying, your life is over. Aha, she's got him. Now we engage in a car chase, all right? The cheerleaders take off into a car, and the football team is finally behind them. Meanwhile, the cheerleader's car goes off a ravine into the river. The football team shows up, looks at it, and says, oh, well, and leaves. Great team, right? So meanwhile, a goth girl who's in love with Maddie sees it all and rescues them. Before she jumps into the river, she drops her magic stones on the beach, or on the riverbank. It's not really a beach. All right, gets the girls, and as she brings them out, she's lining the bodies along the bank there and stuff like that, not realizing that her stones are spread out, and their blood is drawing down into the stones. The girl sees this, turns to the moon, starts chanting some magic words. Next thing you know, the stones go into the girls, bringing them back to life. Now, the girls need blood to keep their energy up. The first day of school comes into play, and we have pretty little ghouls running around here. All right, so what works in the film? Well, the best thing I can say is the story. From what I've told you, this is only the halfway point of the film, and you don't get a revenge film at all. Something completely different is going on here. The acting is good, and the cast is believable. Lucky McGee does a great job as directing as always. If you're not familiar with Lucky McGee, he did, in The Masters of Horror, he did Sick Girl. He did the film The Woman, which I really didn't like the film, but if you look at his directing job in the film, the acting is great, and he does a beautiful job acting. Like I said, I just didn't like the story of Woman. But what doesn't work in the film? So far I can see it's the titles. All right, and it's depending on how you say this is how it works. I tried to sit there and think about this. All cheerleaders die. That almost sounds like somebody sitting there demanding it, but there's no exclamation point at the end of this. So it's not all cheerleaders die, and then I'm thinking all cheerleaders die? Is that like a bold statement? Is it whatever? So you figure it out which way you want to say that. The movie does move a little slow at the beginning, but of course we're being set up for the story. At times you can guess what's going to happen, but then again, you come to a major turn. The girls are going to go after the football team, but it happens in a totally different way. Overall, All Cheerleaders Die took me by surprise. I'll admit, I expected a revenge type of film where someone gets alienated because of their appearance, or some kind of geek getting a revenge because she can't get on a cheerleading squad, or some guy gets, turned down or made fun of. We've seen that many times, all right? But this doesn't happen in this film. All right, the film avoids all that and tells us something different. And not only that, this is the weirdest thing about it is the ending. The ending you will not see coming. I didn't see it, and believe me, I have watched hundreds of horror films, if I'm not in the thousands already. So you will not see this coming. It took me by surprise. Spoiler alert. All right, the ending is an open ending, and it sets it up for another one that I look forward to seeing. So please check out All Cheerleaders Die. This is one prime example of a film that, what do you want to say? I always sit there and say this about certain films, that sometimes things just need to be sat on for a while. And after looking into this a little bit more, it seems like Lucky McGee made this in the beginning of the millennium, about 2001, because it was released in some way, but because you look under his bio and he has it there, but then again, he seemed to sit on it for a while and thinking, and I'm wondering if he did have it as just a typical revenge film and then changed it, because it ends up being a story of friendship and trust and all this other stuff that is actually going on with these girls after they become back to life. Beautifully done. I cannot sit there and say this movie stunk in any way. All right, my grade for this one is a B. I was really shocked. And please, check this out. You shouldn't be disappointed in this. Well, other than that, make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, God loves you, and He's always there for you. See you next time.
The dead feast on human flesh and stop at nothing for it. The living, confined to dark corners of the world, must do what it takes to survive. Dying is the only thing left to do at the end of the world. Who lives depends on who kills first. See Bled White or visit bledwhitemovie.com.